Morning, everyone. Thanks for being with us. Right now on Weekend Wake Up, police out in force investigating on Buffalo's east side. We're finding out what they're learning at the scene overnight. Plus, meeting foreign leaders. We're catching up with President Trump as he visits the Middle East. And pothole patrol, how long you can expect for the city of Buffalo to fill a pothole if you see it, and tell them about it. All that and more coming up right now on Weekend Wake Up.
Live in high definition. This is Western New York's news leader. Now, News 4's Weekend Wake Up.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Marissa Perlman. Today is Sunday, May 21st. We're going to get to your news headlines in just a moment. But first, let's check out your forecast. We begin with a live look outside at the 33 at Pine Ridge. Kaylee told us yesterday morning on Wake Up that we would be tracking some off and on showers as we head into the morning and even some potential for thunderstorms tonight. So, Kaylee, is that still accurate this morning?
It's still accurate, but actually the good news is that a lot of the thunderstorms we expected earlier on this morning are missing Western New York just by a hair, impacting areas like over Lake Erie and Toronto. So still, the farthest western portions of Erie County along with Niagara County could see a few sprinkles early on, but as of now, still dry. That being said, we are seeing mostly cloudy skies and breezy conditions. Notice the Skyway right now, getting ready for the Sky Ride a little bit later on this morning. Once again, dry with minimal traffic out there as it is going to be closing relatively soon. The forewarned Doppler radar showing you some of those showers that I'm talking about just missing us for now. We'll be looking at this for the next 30 minutes or so, watching the progression. Hopefully it stays out of the metro for that Sky Ride once again. But places along the Chautauqua County line starting to see some rain. In addition to that, southern Erie County, but it's just along the lakeshore and they're very minimal showers. So we're going to be watching that roll through. If you see a couple of sprinkles on your windshield as you head out the door this morning, no need to be alarmed. We're anticipating that, a little bit of dry time, but also some more rain as we get into the later portions of the afternoon. That piece of it moving over Cleveland, Indianapolis towards Pittsburgh right now and going to be making its way to us as we move through the rest of the day today. Visibility a little bit decreased further inland you travel, but overall not too many concerns out there this morning. Coming up in my full forward forecast, we'll let you know if this visibility will get worse as we move through the morning hours and what you need to know for later on tonight.
Okay, Kaylee, thank you. And remember, see the watches or warnings that affect your neighborhood as they come in with our free Forewarn weather app. You can download it for your Apple or your Android device. Turning now to the latest on a story that we've been following breaking overnight out of Buffalo. Homicide detectives have been called here to this scene on the city's east side. They blocked off a significant section around the corner of Sycamore and Lopier streets. We're waiting for police to confirm exactly what happened and if anyone has been hurt. We'll bring you the newest details on Wake Up through our show until 8 a.m. We're also asking police to tell us what happened here in Lackawanna. Officers from both Lackawanna and Buffalo were sent to what's being described as a big party on Holland Avenue. We hope to bring you more information as we get them this morning right here on Wake Up. Meanwhile, Buffalo police hope you can help them identify the man in this photo. Police say this man may have been involved in a burglary or a larceny in the Lower West Side of Buffalo. Crime Stoppers is offering up to $1,000 for any information leading to his arrest. Call 867-6161 if you think you can help. Well, developing overseas this morning, South Korea is accusing North Korea of firing a possible test weapon. South Korea's Joint Chiefs of Staff say the unidentified projectile was fired earlier today. A week ago, North Korea successfully tested a mid-range missile. Now, President Trump continues his first major overseas trip by meeting with the leaders of two Middle Eastern countries. He met with both the King of Bahrain and the Emir of Qatar at a hotel in Saudi Arabia. Now, relying on his business experience, the president announced deals with Saudi Arabia intended to benefit the U.S. Nikki Batiste reports on this for us this morning.
President Trump and King Salman took part in a male-only sword dance before a royal banquet Saturday night, capping off day one of the president's visit to Saudi Arabia. The day began with pageantry, a military flyover, and lots of handshakes. The president and the Saudi king announced new deals between the two countries, including a $109 billion arms deal and investments in U.S. infrastructure projects.
Hundreds of billions of dollars of investments into the United States and jobs, jobs, jobs.
President Trump and King Salman's team still have much to discuss, including the proposed travel ban and how to deal with Iran, a common enemy.
At this point, I have no plans to call my counterpart in Iran, although in all likelihood we will talk at the right time.
The president is expected to give a major speech on radical ideology and eradicating ISIS Sunday. Russia's involvement in the 2016 election has followed Mr. Trump to Saudi Arabia. A Washington Post article says the FBI has identified a current White House official as a person of interest.
I do not have any information or knowledge regarding the person of interest that's been referenced.
A New York Times report claims the president called former FBI Director James Comey a nutjob and that his dismissal relieved great pressure. Comey has agreed to testify in open session before the Senate Intelligence Committee. Nikki Batiste for CBS News, New York.
Well, back here at home, people who live near Oxford Square in Buffalo are cleaning up some vandalism. The neighborhood block club found their community garden was destroyed either Friday night or Saturday morning. This is the second time the garden has been vandalized. Let's take a look now at the damages the community club woke up to. Planters tipped over, picnic tables overturned, and glass shards and books from the lending library scattered everywhere. Ironically, Saturday was supposed to be the community cleanup day to get this garden ready for the summer. The block club members say they've been working on this space for about 7 years. Now they say the damages will cost them time and money to fix. Neighbors tell us they're devastated that any person or group of people would do this.
So it was very upsetting when we arrived this morning and saw that all of the work that had gone into creating the space over the last few years had been desecrated by someone or a group of people.
Well, now police are investigating this. A police camera is installed near the garden, and leaders hope footage from that camera will help lead them to whoever is responsible for this. Well, driving through the city of Buffalo should be a little bit smoother now. City crews spent much of the day Saturday filling in potholes. This was the second pothole blitz sponsored by the city, and city leaders tell us there is less traffic on the main roads during the weekend, allowing workers to fill more potholes here. They also bring in crews who have other duties during the week. The city has filled more than 1,000 potholes since January 1st.
This year, the number of potholes that have been reported are slightly down from last year, but it's something that we pay very close attention to.
We are being proactive in addition to being responsive to the calls that we get into 311.
Well, Mayor Brown says the city's 48-hour pothole guarantee program is still active. He says crews will fix a pothole within 48 hours of a 311 complaint.
As president of the Faculty Senate, I hereby declare that the 66th annual commencement of David College has concluded.
More than 950 students received their diplomas from Damon College in Amherst. This was the 66th commencement ceremony. Buffalo Congressman Brian Higgins delivered the commencement address at the undergraduate ceremony. Well, getting you ready for today, cyclists will pedal over the Skyway in the annual Sky Ride. More than 1,500 bikers are expected to show up today. Cyclists will ride either an 11-mile route or a 21-mile route. The Skyway is being shut down for the event until at least noon today. Church Street from Franklin to South Elmwood will also be closed. We'll have a live preview of this event for you just ahead this morning on Wake Up. Well, some big names are in town for a convention this weekend. Coming up next, what is bringing people to Comic-Con in Buffalo? All the details in a report from our own Kaylee Wendt right after the break.